Welcome, everybody, to episode 3 of the Big Three Breakdowns. I am Postmetrics, and this is my very good friend Nico Mateo. And today we have a very, very special guest. His name is James Dio Rio, and he is Nico's cousin, and he is a very knowledgeable Philadelphia sports fan. So here he is now. And real quick, question for the people, or just question for you and the people. Who would you say is your all-time favorite Philly sports athlete?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know, Philadelphia, they might not have as many trophies, but that does not mean they don't have the star power to match it.
Yeah.
I mean, we might not have the success that other cities have, but one thing we definitely have had throughout history is star power. From guys like Mike Schmidt to even players now like Bryce Harper, one thing we've got is that killer mentality all the way with guys like Saquon and Hurts, so it's really hard. But I might have to say Saquon, honestly, after that 2,000 yard season. I mean,
Oh yeah.
especially for what he did to this, bringing us all the way out there to the Super Bowl. I mean, you got to credit him with that. That was just incredible. You know, you got guys like Nick Foles though, but I mean, what he did was a spectacular run. But I got to say Saquon probably,
Oh yeah,
especially
dude.
considering of how maybe it's recency bias, but just what he did, that was just incredible.
Oh yeah, dude. 100%. That's the first time that's ever something like that's ever been done in football or Eagles football history.
I mean,
As you can see on my page.
he had the greatest season of all time by a running back.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Bowl and the most. Correct me if I'm wrong. The most total yards combining regular season and postseason
Pretty sure
in
that's
NFL
correct.
history.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's correct. What
Offensive
really
player of the year.
what really bothers me though is how many people criticized that signing at the time. Like, not, I mean, it's a great talent in Saquon, going behind arguably, in my opinion, the best offensive line in the league. And to say that that wouldn't work on both sides, it's just kind of a ridiculous claim when you look back at it. I mean, even looking at it then, it was sounding kind of ridiculous.
Oh
And
yeah,
now when he's done,
100%.
now when he's done all this 2,000 yard season, it's really just wondering what was their thought process going into that. So I mean, to answer it, I gotta say Saquon.
Yeah, yeah. 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. There was a lot of speculation. There was a lot of concern when we did sign it because before that, the guy I will agree was pretty injury prone. But it also had to do with the fact that he was on the Giants. And I've been reading a lot about on X. People still say that he's not even a top. Some people say he's still not even a top three running back.
That is completely ridiculous. He just had statistically the greatest season of a running back of all time, and no one even came close. I
No,
mean, in regular season, Derrick Henry with his yards total, he did come close, but when it came to the postseason, Saquon Barkley blew him out of the water.
Oh
I
yeah.
think what gets factored into that too much is age, because people want to look at it like age, because they always look at it from the dynasty standpoint. But when you look at just for one season, when you I mean you got guys like Bijan and Gibbs who, maybe if you wanted to pick them over him for a redraft or something like that, I can understand that. But for one season, one game, especially right now, I'm taking Saquon Barkley, and I'm not really
Oh
thinking
yeah.
twice about it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the dude's just gonna take off for like a 65-yard touchdown anyway every play. Like, just ask the Rams. Got torched with 200 plus yards in back-to-back games playing the Rams.
One of them in the snow too. That's just absolutely unheard
I
of.
know.
But I think we're getting a little bit off topic here. I think we got to go to the NFL Top 100, and there's
Oh
one
yeah.
name I would like to point out that didn't make that list, and that's Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah.
I
100%.
mean, he was all pro first team, correct?
I believe so. Actually, I think it was. I know it was Pat Surtain. And I actually think it was. I think it was Humphrey.
Yeah, he was left off the list, all pro first team at slot corner, and I mean, he was tied. He had 6 interceptions, tied third in the league for it, and two forced fumbles. I mean, that's it.
That's
That's a really good season by a cornerback.
You know what I think might have played into that, and I mean, I think that when you look at the talent that surrounds him, I think that so often or at least NFL fans and like the NFL community discredits people's accomplishments, like they did for Jalen Hurts winning the Super Bowl, based on the talent that's around him. I feel like that might have played their decision, because when you look at the Ravens defense, they got guys like the safety. I'm kind of Kyle
Kyle
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yeah. They got
Hamilton.
Hamilton. They got a whole bunch of, I mean, not, I know he wasn't on the team at the time, but they got a whole bunch of new exciting signings like Jairi Alexander. But going back to what they had last season, their team, especially from the passing game with Nate Wiggins and all that, I think that when you look at all that talent, it just, people want to take away from what someone did, like especially talent-wise. Like they did for, people always say Jalen Hurts, what he did isn't good enough because he had Brown and all this help, but they're so quick to criticize. I think that that might have played into their decision to keep him out of the top 100. I mean, I think that's kind of absurd to keep him out of the top 100 players, but I think that it might have been just team bias and all that.
Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I agree. I
I
agree.
yeah, I also agree.
One thing I want to say is that like, I know like Jalen Hurts does have a lot of talent. I'm not gonna take that around him. I'm not gonna take that away from him. But I mean, are we gonna keep that same motivation for someone like Baker Mayfield, who has like one of the best receiving rooms in general, not just receivers 1 and 2, or Jared Goff even, who has Amon-Ra St.
Yeah,
Brown, J-Mo, and Jameson Williams, or
and they
Sam
put
Laporta?
Jared Goff ahead of Jalen Hurts, and he's arguably behind one of the best offensive lines behind the Eagles.
I don't think it's absurd to call that just straight Philly hate. I mean, nobody wants to like the Eagles, but love us or hate us, we are Philly. I mean, we're gonna win regardless. We're a great team, especially going into next season. I'm excited to see what we do, and no matter how much people want to put us down or discredit us, I'm just excited to watch this team.
Yeah, it's a Philly thing, brother.
Yeah, I let so all the Eagles players who were on this top 100 list. I know I've heard a few people say that Devontae Smith should have been on this list, but what's your take on Devontae Smith being left off of this list?
I think Devonte Smith being left off this list is just a crime. It really is. Devonte
Yeah.
Smith, especially if you look at any aspect of the game, what Devonte Smith is just a guy you can trust in any situation. If you have a crucial third down, you're looking for a guy like Devonte Smith. He's got the clutch factor to him. He's got elite speed. He's got incredible route running. He's got all-around talent. And I mean, maybe he didn't. I'm not exactly sure of his stats last year, but I know that at least in the Super Bowl, he came up big. And when you have a guy who can come up in big moments like that, especially all throughout the playoffs and all throughout the season, you gotta credit him. You can't keep him out the top 100 list.
Yeah,
One hundred
Devontae Smith's
percent.
stats. He had 14 games. I think he had 68 receptions,
I think he had 13 games
833
actually.
yards, 13 games, sorry. 833 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Okay, I
I think
mean,
he actually had 8 touchdowns.
I mean, I guess from the statistical standpoint, that might not be the strongest season, but from just a player talent and what he is and what we've seen him be in games, and especially in big games and big stages, I think that's just, you gotta put him on the list. I mean, being able to win the big game is a huge part of playing in this league.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and I know we are talking about a lot about the Philadelphia Eagles, but there's just one other Philadelphia Eagle I'd like to bring up. That's Cooper DeJean. I mean, do you think he was too high?
At number 60,
Yes.
and you wearing a Cooper DeJean jersey right now.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't better than Marlon Humphrey. I'll say that. Just jumping around the gate. I'm not knocking down Cooper DeJean of not being a good player. He had a phenomenal season. He was a key component of this defense. But I just want to hear your two takes on if Cooper DeJean was too high.
I'll go first. So, I don't. I think Cooper DeJean. There was definitely a lot of hype of him going into the season. I mean, there was definitely, I'll call it racial bias, especially being a white cornerback in Ohio. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
that was definitely playing into their decisions. So everything that he did was kind of boosted as well. But he's still an incredible talent, especially from the slot. I mean, I'm pretty sure he decleated Derrick Henry. I'm pretty sure he locked up Jamar Chase a few times, or that might have been Quinion. But he's still an incredible talent with a lot of good highlight moments. But I don't. 60 is kind of high, especially at a rookie. I think lately in the NFL we've been really over like hyping rookies based on what they did in 1 year and kind of discrediting um, what people have done, like Marlon Humphrey, for a longer span of time. So I would think that you got to give. I know it can be annoying, but you got to give older players their due and show them some more respect and allow rookies to give some more time to prove themselves.
Oh,
Agreed.
100%. Me personally, my take on it is the fact that like I'm not upset. I mean, well, I kind of am, but I'm not really upset at the placement. I'm upset at the fact that he was ahead of a lot of other rookies like BTJ, Malik Neighbors, even Bo Nix, who had great. Who I mean, Cooper DeJean had a great rookie campaign, but I just feel like there were other campaigns that were better, such as like Malik Neighbors, who it could be a hot take, but I have him as a top 5 receiver in the NFL right now. That pains me to say because he's a Giants, but just the dude is so talented.
I agree with you. He I think he was the most talented offensive player in this draft behind JD Daniels. But just going off of overall season last year, I'm taking BTJ.
Fair enough.
I think that's a good argument between Brian Robinson or Brian, not Brian Robinson, Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors. I think that both are incredible talents. I think I might lean a tiny bit more towards Neighbors just because he played on the Giants and all. And I mean, Thomas Jr., I was looking at his stats the other day. I don't really remember them, but I remember he was ranked pretty high based on what he did last year. I think he was like third or fourth in receiving yards. That's impressive for a rookie. Um,
Yeah.
but being on the Giants and just having that much pressure, I mean, they know that you're the really only receiving threat and you're really all they got. So being able to have that much pressure on you and still produce, I think I gotta lean a tiny bit towards Malik Neighbors.
But like with the argument that you have towards Malik Neighbors, I can kind of say the same thing towards BTJ and being on the Jags being their only receiving threat and having Trevor Lawrence and who was his backup when Trevor Lawrence got injured?
Mac Jones.
And having Mac Jones. I mean, I can agree they both had horrific quarterback situations and they both produced tremendously, but I think Malik Neighbors is the better overall talent, but BTJ had a better season.
Fair enough.
I agree with that.
Honestly. Um. I mean, I feel like we can agree that Trevor Lawrence had the best. I mean, Trevor Lawrence was the best QB out of the Jaguars and Giants QB situation combined. So, Trevor. I mean, Brian Thomas had somewhat of a decent quarterback until he did get hurt. But ever since he did get hurt, Mac Jones. I remember talking about this last episode. Mac Jones did nothing but throw to Brian Thomas Jr., which is probably a reason for some of the numbers. You know.
Yeah. Jackson, do you mind pulling up the NFL Top 100?
I certainly do not mind, and let's take a look at that right now. Um, is honestly some of these picks, and especially in 100, were kind of baffling to me a little bit. So
Agreed.
we'll go. We're not gonna stop on everyone, but we'll talk about the ones that were a little bit bad. Just pulling up. One thing they put at 100, Lad McConkey. I don't know why it's malfunctioning right now, but I feel like I mean Lad
Jackson,
McConkey's good.
you're being really you're really glitchy right now.
Yeah, it's not really pulled up on ours, or at least not on my screen. I don't know about
Yeah,
Nico's.
it's not on my screen either.
Well, folks, where you seem to be. Here
All
we
right, there
go.
we go.
Well, one of the things that they did. I mean, I'm gonna be scrolling through right here. Lad McConkey, Leonard Williams, Aaron Jones, Drake London. Drake London this low is honestly kind of
Can we
diabolical a little
stop
bit.
on
I
Drake
would
London
say.
for a second? Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Drake London was a little bit low for the season that he put up. I mean, 9 touchdowns. I mean, that's good. Don't get me wrong, but like, look at all of his other stats. They're better than most receivers in the league.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah.
not the biggest Drake London like fan or supporter. I don't have anything against him. I just don't really the hype, the way he's built up. Just I don't agree with it. But I mean, to put him at 97 is just disrespectful. He's definitely above that talent. Even if you don't want to call him a top 10 receiver, he's not the 97th. He's higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Levante David, they're still putting up this high at 96.
The only reason why I can see why is his tackle count.
Yeah, that's
But like nothing. I mean, 9 tackles for loss is good, but like nothing really stands out to me as a top 100 player.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think you just said it all. It's pretty good. Just the tackles is what's really boosting the stats up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
This one though is
Josh
diabolical.
Josh Sweat though. I mean,
Who?
maybe it's just maybe I'm just looking at it kind of from an Eagles standpoint, considering he's no longer on the team. But I feel like a lot of the opportunity he had was given to him by the fact that Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis were taking up so much of the O line's focus that it really allowed him to have more of an opportunity to get all these stats. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It just, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the opportunity he got was mainly based on that the O line was busy with other players. Like I want to see what he does on the Cardinals and if he's still the same player, all that. It just I don't think he's gonna have the same opportunity without the O line being so preoccupied.
I 100% agree with you on that, but I feel like the one thing that kind of sets Josh Sweat apart is his Super Bowl performance.
Oh yeah, dude. The
I
guy had
mean,
like what 2.5 sacks?
yeah, I mean, yes,
I agree with that.
Cooper Jean might have had the best play in the whole Super Bowl, but
Might.
Josh Sweat, st- yeah, might. Josh Sweat had the best defensive game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, he was the one that hit the little. I don't remember the exact thing, like on Mahomes' helmet, right? That was
Hmm.
Josh Sweat, right? Yeah, that was incredible.
All right, and
Yeah, pretty
then
much.
would you put Sam Laporta over Drake London?
I mean, I'm biased. I like Laporta. I mean, I do. I don't know if I put him over London after last season. I mean, I might view him as more talented, but I mean, you got to look at last season as well. I know I said earlier you can't just look at last season, but after last season and what he performed, I mean, only 7 receiving touchdowns and not even 800 receiving yards. I can't. I mean, Drake London had what 400 more receiving yards and 2 more touchdowns. I feel like that's enough. You got to put London. You got to give London his respect,
Yeah,
especially
and
with
I
the
mean,
yeah, especially with the iffy quarterback play.
yeah, I mean, I know Laporta is a tight end, but 40 more receptions from Drake London kind of sets him apart from Sam Laporta.
Yeah. I mean, but also Sam Laporta did have Amon Ra and J-Mo to share the targets with.
Yeah.
What-
But I
Um,
mean, Drake London had to share the ball with the consensus number one fantasy pick, Kyle Pitts.
It's a miracle he touched the ball at all.
yeah. Then we got Creed Humphrey, the best center in football.
I mean, 0 sacks allowed
I don't.
in
I feel like that's kind of.
17
I feel like
games.
that's kind of low for him. I mean,
Kind of low. He's probably the second best interior offensive lineman in the league.
yeah,
Maybe, maybe the best.
yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, and usually
Pretty
it's the
low.
tackles getting all the love.
Yeah.
92, they went with Jesse Bates, best safety in football. I mean, you can't put him that low. I mean, look, it's
I
102 tackles.
he might not be the best safety in football, but he's definitely up there. And 92 is criminally low.
And not only that, they put him 18 spots lower than what he did.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
But
this is just absolutely terrible right here. Tua.
I think
yeah,
this has got to be based on what he did in previous seasons because there's no way that after last season you can put him that high. I mean, I
I mean
get he only
he
played 11 games, but 7 fumbles. I mean, 7. How do you even fumble the ball that many times?
And while not even playing a full season.
I mean, that's just insane. That's nearly a fumble a game. Well, I mean, somewhat. That's like what? 7 fumbles, 11 games. That's over 50%.
It's still not good.
yeah,
That's not good at all.
and he also had 7 interceptions.
I mean,
Yeah.
when your whole plan is just Tyreek's down there somewhere, you're gonna just follow the Jameis Winston strat and just chuck it up every time.
Just heave it.
Yeah, except Tyreek Hill is no Malik Neighbors at this point. All right, next section we
But
got 90
I like Tua.
to
I do.
81.
But I mean, that's pretty high.
Yeah, oh, that's way too high. All right, next up they put it Zach Allen. I mean, if you go off of what he did last season, 40 QB hits, and that's pretty good. A
And it's,
safety too,
I mean,
61 tackles as a defensive
In a big part
tackle.
of the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a very underrated defensive player.
Of course. I mean,
He doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
a big part of the game is pressure, and if you're hitting the quarterback 40 times, that's the definition of pressure right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 89. They went with James Cook. Um,
I don't really think there's.
You mean
I
rushing
don't really.
title?
Yeah, I don't really think
Wow.
there's much to talk about there. I think 80. I think 89 is a good place for James Cook, but I mean the 16 rushing touchdowns is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's
same amount as
crazy.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean that's
Uh,
the touchdowns for James Cook is probably like the only thing that really sets him like apart from different running backs that are placed higher than him, probably. But
100%.
yeah,
yeah. They went with Andrew Van Ginkel, 88, and then Quinnen Williams, 87.
Andrew Van Ginkel, just like what I said for Zach Allen, he's another criminally underrated defensive player.
I can agree with you on that 100%. I mean,
Oh,
18 tackles for loss, 11 and a half sacks. That's nice numbers right there.
And 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns.
Of course.
yeah, 2 interceptions as an outside linebacker.
Yeah. You gotta give him his flowers. I mean, you gotta. I feel like he should be a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams dropping 50 spots.
Well, I mean, I can kind of see why, but I mean, I get it. Quinn Williams is a big name defensive tackle, but like looking at these stats, he's not over Zach Allen or Andrew Van Ginkel.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I gotta agree with you on that. I mean,
looking at the statistics, yeah.
I know I keep mentioning about how you can't look off one season, but you gotta look at last season's stats as well when building this list. And when you're comparing them side by side, Williams doesn't even match up with the other two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no way. Laramie Tunsil 15, and then Kyron Williams at 85, or not 16, 86. I don't know what I said there. Laramie Tunsil keeps regressing. I feel like.
I mean, that's understandable. I mean, he's getting older each year, as are every player. But how old is he now? He's in his 30s,
He's
right?
30. He's 30.
Yeah, he's 30.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense. When no lineman been playing that long, you're bound to progress unless you're Jason Kelsey.
Or Lane Johnson.
You're bound to regress unless you're an Eagles guy. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense.
yeah. I know, but this guy was a false start merchant last year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams, 85. That's honestly fine. And then we went with Gonzo only
I
at
mean,
84.
I mean, to touch on Williams just a second, though. I mean, I understand those are some good stats with 14 rushing yards, but the 5 fumbles definitely hold him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for Gonzo, I mean, dude, this guy was locked down all season.
Yeah. He was. I mean, two interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. I mean, that's not a lot of interceptions, but I mean, it's still a good amount for Christian Gonzalez. And 59 tackles is really good for a corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's been locked down. It's kind of low. I feel like a lot of these guys, especially up here, are low. I feel like later we're gonna compare them to guys that are just gonna be criminally high.
Oh, I
And
agree.
here's with Cameron Hayward, I think I get it. You can take the stats off from last season, but I think Andrew Van Ginkel and Zach Allen had a better season than Cameron Hayward.
I can
Mm-hmm.
agree with that.
We
I mean,
can't Hayward, though. 20
Zach
QB hits.
Zach Allen had more than double his QB hits.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he's Cam Hayward though. They're not gonna
Yeah.
they're not gonna make him nothing too crazy. I mean, he actually moved up, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very
He
interesting.
moved up from the 99th spot.
That's
That,
it's kind
or
of
98th spot.
it's
98th spot,
like
excuse me.
after that season, it's not really kind of odd that he moved up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. Same with, like, Jerry Judy. Like, why are we picking Jerry Judy over Drake London and Lad McConkey?
Yeah, that's a
I
good
can
point.
I can understand taking over Lad McConkey, but not Drake London. But because I mean the thing that like a lot of receivers have that are better than Jerry Judy is the touchdown total. I mean, this season kind of reminded me of a Julio Jones kind of season. A ton of yards and not a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what Julio Jones is supposed to be.
I'm just a little curious, Nico. Why are you taking what compels you to just decide Jerry Judy over Glad McConkey? Like, is there any specific aspect that you're looking at or anything like that, or just feeling?
I mean, if you just like compare the stats, it's I think it is a coin flip because the only thing that really sets Jerry Judy apart from Lad McConkey is a touchdown total, but he did have more total yards, and I'm pretty sure they were similar in receptions. But I mean, I wouldn't rank a I wouldn't rank rookies like super high unless you had like a stellar season.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I
And then
I
the
think
final spot, 81's Trent McDuffie.
must not have seen the game against the Birds.
Yeah, so rest
I
in
mean
peace to the Chiefs.
that's a fair spot for him. I mean, he was a good talent this season, but I definitely think the Super Bowl did not help his case. I don't think it helped any of the Chiefs' case.
But yeah, in
Yeah.
general, it didn't. Yeah, I was about to say it didn't help anyone. Going to 80 to 71 now. This was, this one is where it actually kind of starts to get ridiculous a little bit. Rashawn Gary 80. Like I don't think he was as good. I mean, I like that they dropped him down like 30 spots.
Rashawn Gary. That's not it. No, that's that just does not work. I mean,
No.
And
Allen
then,
or what was his name? Zach Allen, right?
Zach Allen and Adrian
yep,
Van
exactly.
Yeah,
Ginkel.
Van Ginkel, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, they both had
I
bad
mean,
seasons.
all right, this next one is a terrible placement. He should not be in the top 100. And I get it. People might think that I'm saying that because I am an Eagles
For
fan.
Eagles fans,
He only played 8 games and had an 11 touchdown to 8 interception passing ratio, and he had four
and did
fumbles.
break 2,000 yards.
I think
Yeah.
anyone that can like understand the game of football knows like how to read these stats. 11 passing touchdowns on 8 interceptions. I mean, if this was even 8 games into the season, and you'd be looking at these stats 8 weeks into the season, and just feeling this guy is having an absolutely terrible year. I mean, sub 2,000 yards halfway through. He's got or almost halfway through. Um, he's got 11. He's got almost. He's only three more passing touchdowns, and he's got four fumbles already. We're talking about a
That's
running, or
terrible.
we're talking about Tua having. I mean, he had four fumbles in 8 games. That's 50% of the games he's getting a fumble, and every game. So every game, if you do averages, he got an interception per game, and he got average .5 fumbles a game.
That's
That's just
horrible.
terrible. That's
That's
legit
horrendous.
terrible. And he only had
I
54
know.
rushing yards. So where are all these fumbles coming from?
I don't
Okay,
know.
and even this next one, Khalil Mack.
49?
I mean, I know I'm really like reoccurring to these two players a lot, but Zach Allen almost had triple the amount of QB hits of Khalil Mack.
I feel like a lot of the time, especially in these rankings, it's very iffy between being overly biased against age. Like older players get bumped higher up than they really deserve, and sometimes older players get bumped lower. Like Marlon Humphrey got bumped down, but guys like Killian Mack will be bumped up. And then you'll find a guy like Jane Daniels, who we'll touch on later, getting ranked all as high as he did. What was he? I remember the exact number. I'm pretty sure he came higher than Hurts, right? Didn't he? Or
No,
was it? Uh,
Jared Goff did.
Golf did. That's right.
Yeah,
But
Goff did.
I feel like some of these like rankings are like let's take Khalil Mack for example. They're probably only, in my opinion, and same thing as like Dak Prescott and Tua, they're on this list because they're big name players.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Marlon Humphrey is not a big name player, or he's a big name, but he's not like a big name like Khalil Mack, Dak Prescott.
yeah.
100%.
The fact that T. Higgins is on this list and Devontae Smith isn't makes me sick.
Well,
I want your guys' opinion on that. Actually, who do you guys think is like the better player? Just who would you rather have?
I'll say this: T Higgins had a better season, but going off of attitude and like their overall talent, I am taking Devontae Smith.
Not just saying that
Yes.
because we're Eagles fans, but
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been taking a lot of like Eagles players' sides this episode, but this is pure non-biasy or anything against it. Devontae Smith's hand, blah, blah. Devontae Smith's hands are just too good to pass up on.
I mean, also, it's not just Eagle bias. It's the Super Bowl champions. Like he played well in the Super Bowl. He played well at every stage in the playoffs. He's played well all season. He might not have the stats to back it up, but if you watch those games, you knew Saquon, or not Saquon, Devontae Smith was there in big moments. He was the guy, maybe not in that one game against, I think it was the Falcons. Um, yeah, maybe not in those maybe not that one moment, but if you watch throughout the season, Devontae Smith was an absolute undeniable talent that even if you want to call it Eagles bias, it's really just being able to watch the games on a weekly basis, knowing how good he was.
Oh yeah,
And I would just like to point out 10 touchdowns in 12 games is kind of crazy.
Hmm.
yeah. We should give him credit for that at
I
least.
mean, he's skinny Batman.
Vita Vea, Patrick Queen.
I'm okay with these
Uh,
rankings. I mean,
I'm okay with the Patrick Queen ranking.
yeah. Oh,
The Vita Vea ranking is a little bit iffy. I mean,
yeah.
7 sacks for a defensive tackle is pretty good, but 13 QB hits is pretty concerning.
Yeah, this is
Meanwhile,
some
Patrick
game.
Queen over here only had 5.
Well, he's also a linebacker, and he had 129 tackles
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
and 2 forced fumbles.
And 2 forced fumbles, yeah. Bobby Wagner, though, I just feel like I agree with that. I just feel like Bobby Wagner is the better linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, 132 tackles, 10 tackles for loss is pretty good.
Yeah,
I think
and 2 sacks.
him and Patrick Queen are pretty even, but it just amazes me how Bobby Wagner is consistently putting up 100 plus tackle seasons at his age.
Yeah, I mean, some people, like we say, like Kelsey and Johnson, I know it's different positions, but some guys just have that factor in them where age doesn't impact their game until they get older. Like, I mean, look at Derrick Henry, 31 years old, still doing what he's doing. I mean, Bobby Wagner, some players just don't age like that, which is impressive, especially for a linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, for linebacker, you're hitting almost every single play.
Okay.
This guy,
This is terrible.
This guy.
but it's Christian McCaffrey though. Like
But
you can't put him much
he,
lower.
I don't. He only played 4
I
games,
know, but it's Christian
and
McCaffrey.
he didn't
It's
have a
Christian
touchdown.
McCaffrey.
He
It's
had
Christian
more
McCaffrey.
fumbles.
Nico. It's
He
Christian
had more
McCaffrey
fumbles
though.
than touchdowns.
I
It's
understand
Christian
that, but
McCaffrey,
it's
though.
Christian McCaffrey though. Like he's like, he's still
He's
going
like
like
that.
second in fantasy drafts. He's still going like
Well,
second round in fantasy drafts. That's how much.
well, hold on. So this is the top 100 players from last season, correct?
I mean,
And going into
it's
this season.
it's just top players of
No,
2025.
it's the top players 2025. He played 4 games and didn't have a touchdown.
But it's McCaffrey though.
But it's McCaffrey. He's still,
He's
quote
still,
unquote, CMC, quote unquote, only played 4 games.
dude. He's still. Dude, think about it like this: his ceiling, if he stays healthy, is so high that he is still projected to go late first, early second round of fantasy drafts with these stats. Like,
No,
well, the talent that he is just people can't let it go, and
like,
honestly,
no,
I can't blame them.
I completely agree with you. He has one of the highest upsides of any running back in the NFL. But this is the top 100 players going off of last season. Christian McCaffrey is not a top 200.
Mm, I
Oof.
wouldn't go that far. I mean, off last season,
He only
maybe,
played 4 games.
maybe if
I
we're
know.
talking strictly last season.
I,
But going
I'm
into
just
next
talking.
season,
Going into next season. This is a good spot for him.
yeah,
But going strictly off of last season, he had 4 games. He basically had 50 yards a game, and he had 0 touchdowns and 1 fumble.
but it's McCaffrey
But it's McCaffrey.
though. He's
All right,
Christian
can we
McCaffrey.
move on to the next player?
72
You
Sam
know,
Darnold wings.
here's a guy that I think people are very controversial opinions about him. Some people say he was carried by Jefferson and Addison, but I personally feel that what he did was what he needed to do. I mean, he came in, he had a great season. He was, I mean, I don't want to call him a system quarterback, but he played good. He was exactly what you needed him to be. And I'm in full support of all these draft busts coming back a few years later, like Geno Smith and Darnold. And I'm rooting for Darnold. But
I mean, the
I
fact that they were able to get away from the Jets and the Panthers, and the reason they're good is specifically because they were away from the Jets and the Panthers.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Browns even Baker Mayfield's case.
Oh, yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then you got Kirby Joseph.
I think he's too low.
Kirby Joseph, yeah, he led the league in interceptions.
I mean, I get it. Nobody really likes Kirby Joseph.
no,
He's a
about to
dirty
say-
player.
about to say the same
He
thing.
does. He's torn. he's injured multiple players, but you can't. That's not really like the case in the top 100 players. Kirby Joseph had 9 interceptions.
I think his other guy, Brian Branch, is better. Me personally.
I can agree with you on that. Brian Branch is also an incredible player,
Yeah, I can
especially at a
also
young
agree with
age.
that.
Brian Branch is an absolute dog. All right, we should
Brian Branch
probably
is a
speed
demon.
speed through these a little bit more. We
Yeah.
can stop and talk with the guys we
Yeah.
disagree with. Frankie Louvu 70. Oof. And then this one really baffles me though. Jordan Mailata only at 69.
When we're on Jordan, okay. So Pro Football Focus, if I'm correct, had him as one of the maybe I'm pretty sure they had him as the highest graded NFL player last season. And like I think it was a 95.3. I
Four
think
QB hits,
he
14 QB hits allowed.
yeah, and only 1 sack. I get it. He did only play 12 games, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he is one of the greatest offensive linemen in the league.
Yeah, 100%. 69 is
Yeah.
kind of low for him, but
And let's think about it. He's played football for less than a decade now.
yeah, but I mean that's something you can't really factor. I mean that's like a cool thing about him, but you can't really factor that in too much when making this
Oh
ranking.
no, I'm not factoring it. That's just
Yeah,
that's just
it's
that's
just a
just
cool fact. Yeah,
it's just really cool about that he's been playing football for less than a decade. He's already a top 70 NFL player.
The
yeah.
guy's got a rugby background.
Yeah,
Jordan Love, yeah, a little low, but I can agree with it.
Jordan
I
Love,
can.
yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
I think Jordan Love is going to have a breakout season. And now this
That's a great
is
point.
where I disagree.
This is kind of low. This is really low. I don't like
This
this
is
at all.
really low.
Um, this kind of makes me upset.
Yeah, I mean, as in,
Makes me upset.
yeah,
Yeah, because Malik Neighbors is just that talented.
Every single guy I see, I think I'm gonna compare to Malik Neighbors now. For the rest of this, I'm just gonna be like,
Jalen Ramsey, no.
nope,
nope,
check out.
no.
Check out. Nope, switch him.
Why is
Jalen
Jalen
Ramsey.
Ramsey even still on the top 100?
Why?
Because of what he once was.
Trey McBride,
Okay,
that's way too low.
Trey, Trey well, the 2 receiving touchdowns is not good
Yeah.
for having 111 receptions.
And 1,100 yards.
This is basically. I know I've made this before. I'm gonna say it again. This is basically a Julio Jones type season.
But it doesn't have the yards though. Like 1,100
No, I
yards.
like it's like a Julio Jones tight end kind of season. A
Yeah.
lot of receptions, a lot of yards, not a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. But
Yeah.
in order, you need the yards. You just need the yards.
Bo Nix,
I like
fine,
Bo Nix. I'm a
honestly.
big Bo Nix guy now.
Yeah,
For what he did-
I am a big Bo Nix fan.
for what he did to the Broncos, like that team had no hope, and then he came in and just gave them a whole. He put them to the playoffs. I mean, that was an incredible feat, really. Even I know they have
Yeah.
that defense and all, but I mean, they don't necessarily have the offensive star power that they're hyped up to be. Like I know people like to hype up Cortland Sutton. I'm not nothing against him, but he's not like a AJ Brown or anything like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Bo Nix has a great upside. I don't do I think he's going to be better than Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams?
No.
Probably not, but I still think he's going to be a Pro Bowl level quarterback.
I can agree with that.
Oh, yeah. And then Josh Hines Allen still at this level. I mean, I'm weird with this guy. I don't know where to rank him.
I'm okay with around this spot.
It's more
Whoa.
whoa.
Is that Bijan? Is that
Bijan Robinson
Yeah.
at 62 is criminal.
What are we doing?
This is
bro?
terrible.
Oh.
I mean, he played a whole.
Oh, like,
He had almost
somewhere.
1,500 rushing yards with
Average.
14 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Please explain to me. Please tell me a better running back than him. That's not Saquon and Derrick Henry.
Dude,
That's
he
not
only
Saquon
fumbled.
and Derrick Henry.
He only fumbled one time the entire season.
He played
I
for
know,
the Falcons
like-
offensive line, which I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, it's not like he's playing behind the Eagles offensive line or Ravens. He played behind the Falcons, dude.
Yeah, like
That's nothing to be like, wow, he was carry. No, he carried. He was the carry job. This
Literally,
man
he
was the
carried the
yeah,
entire
offense.
Falcons offense.
This
Well,
man
him and
was
yeah.
Greg
the
Olsen.
offense.
This is criminally low for Bijan
This
Robinson.
is
This is
might
just
be the
hate.
worst. This might be the worst take so far on this list.
This is just hatred. Like this is just,
Yeah,
dude. This is just hating. I need to get on this level of hate.
I
Like
don't
I
know.
can't. This is professional level hatred.
and this is too low.
So just who did 70 to 61? This is just awful.
Yeah,
I mean, this entire list should be moved up.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
just the fact that like
I'm
you
sickening.
you
the
put a rookie,
the
you put a rookie ahead of a proven top five running back in the league is
It's not fair.
weird.
top five, top three.
Yeah, Bijan. Yeah, matter of fact, Bijan, yeah, is a top three receiver. I mean,
Okay,
running back.
why are guys like Brian Thomas Jr., who had 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, Bijan and Malik Neighbors even ranked this low? Even ranked in
They
proximity to
they
Josh
should
Hines now.
both they should both be at least in the top 50.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh
All
yeah.
three of them.
All right, where should we fast forward to 20? Maybe.
No, I wouldn't.
Just
No,
go through them. We'll just go with the ones.
yeah, we'll go
We'll
fast.
stop looking so heavily on each one.
Dude, I'm still baffled by the Bijan take, man.
100%.
Cooper DeJean's not a safety, guys. He's just a corner.
Now
This is
they're
kind of
throwing out
baffling.
some nickel defense safety.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean we already talked about Cooper DeJean. I don't really think there's much more we gotta talk about.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford. I mean, 40 did in the playoffs though. That was pretty good. But yeah, kind of high.
I think
Yeah,
I
Joe
think it's
Mixon. This
just
is
like more of the touchdown.
These
I
are
think
high.
with Stafford, it's more of like
Wait. Sorry. I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
not. You're good.
Why is he above Bijan Robinson? Who?
Yeah, I was
Joe
thinking
I
the
have
same
no
thing.
idea.
I'm sorry. That just. I didn't mean to interrupt you or anything, but that just. Why?
Yeah, that's terrible. But
How?
what I was saying about Matthew Stafford? Can you go back up to Matthew Stafford for a second, Jackson?
Yeah.
It's the touchdown, the interception ratio plus the 6 fumbles kind of makes me want to put Matt Stafford just a little bit lower. But do you agree with 59 for Stafford?
Yeah, I think
I'd
that's fine.
agree. I'd agree with it a lot more if I knew guys like Bijan, Malik, and Thomas Jr. were.
Yeah.
You ought to
Like,
turn
on
your
paper,
camera
that
on,
sounds
Nico.
right until you look at who they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
Joe
this
Mixon
is.
ahead of Bijan is absolutely criminal.
This is
This is
I
terrible.
don't have enough time in the day to talk about how wrong this is.
Yeah.
This is just.
Nick Bosa, 57,
and
dropping
I don't
30
think I don't
spots.
think I don't think anybody expected this.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
from the
I mean,
statistical value, it makes sense, I guess.
Justin Herbert has 7 interceptions in 2 playoff games combined.
Yeah, but think about like what he could be. That's literally the entire conversation. It's just what he could be. At like
Yeah, it's just talking in hypotheticals with this guy.
I mean,
Aiden
the 3
Hutchinson.
interceptions is amazing.
Big Aiden Hutchinson fan. This guy could have had a great season last year if he didn't get hurt. I
Dude,
like
this
him
guy
as
was
a
going to be
kid.
defensive player of the year if he didn't snap his leg completely in half.
Dude,
Yeah.
by the way, Noah, he had 7.5 sacks in 5 games. That's incredible.
I know. Derwin James ahead of Bijan Robinson. Oh my god.
I mean, I don't. 54 is a fair spot, but yeah, in front of Bijan's just wrong. In front of those 3 in general is just wrong.
Yeah. Jared Verse, 53. I think this might be the highest rated, one of the highest rated rookies.
I think this is the 3rd or 4th highest rated rookie.
Okay, I just gotta say this. If you made him, like, I understand for a rookie this was an impressive season, but if you made him like 30 years old and you looked at these stats, there's not really much there. It's just at a young age it's impressive, but just as the stats in general, that's an okay season. I mean, 66 tackles from a linebacker isn't all that necessarily.
Yeah.
But there's another defensive rookie who has not been named yet whose shoe got snubbed from defensive rookie of the year.
Terry McLaurin. Oh my God.
This is an interesting one. I mean, he had the touchdown numbers. He had a good amount of receptions. It's just like
It's the touchdown
he.
numbers.
No, I was saying yeah, but the only thing that really like sets apart the touchdown numbers from the receptions is the total yard the yard total.
Yeah, I get it. But the name of the
Yeah,
game
like
is
I've given my take on Terry McLaurin
Yeah.
before.
All right, who's
Um,
that 51?
Kyle Hamilton.
this is low.
This is too
Guys, this
low. He's the best safety in the league.
He's incredible. Why are we doing this to him? This is disrespectful.
Two sacks. Like normally safeties are
Yeah.
lucky to even get one sack.
But two
107
two
tackles.
sacks from a safety, 107 tackles. Like the only quarterback I can, the only my bad, the only safety that I can kind of see a debate being over Kyle Hamilton is Jesse Bates, but I would take Kyle Hamilton over Jesse Bates.
Oh, but Jesse Bates apparently is all the way up at 92.
Yeah.
That's terrible. All right, we got 50 to 41 left.
I don't think it's right to say
Baker Mayfield. I think this is way too low for him. These stats are
Yeah,
incorrect.
this is way too low for Baker Mayfield. The only thing that might set him down is the 13 fumbles.
13 fumble. Yeah, that's setting him all the way down. It's a miracle he made 50 with that. I don't know
Yeah.
how quarterback you're fumbling.
13 fumbles.
I don't know how you have 10 interceptions and still manage to have more
He had
fumbles.
23 turnovers on 28 touchdowns. Or, I'm sorry.
I mean, I
on
think
31
these stats might be incorrect. These stats might be incorrect. He threw for 41 touchdowns and 16 picks.
Yeah,
He
I,
actually
these
threw for
didn't
41 touchdowns.
these didn't really look right because I knew he threw for over 40 touchdowns.
Is the 13
But-
fumbles correct?
Yeah, the 13 fumbles is correct, but
That would be the one.
Wait,
thing I
wait,
thought.
and you're on the NFL website, right?
yep.
NFL,
we
you gotta
got-
fix your stuff.
And we gotta talk about this guy right here,
Quinyon
my
Mitchell.
man,
Donovan Bay. That's my guy.
my
I
man,
know.
Quinyon Mitchell.
I know,
Guy.
and this is zero bias because we're Eagles fans. Quinyon Mitchell was snubbed.
Little bias.
Quinyon
No,
Mitchell had
no.
like one of the most impressive rookie corner seasons we've ever seen.
He locked down every team's wide receiver one, including the offensive player of the year, Jamar Chase. I mean, oh my God.
Wow, dude.
Take a break, Nico.
Come
Not gonna
on,
say that.
no, that was, dude. Wow. Has he won an Offensive Player of the Year award yet? I don't think he has.
No, but he is my pick.
I can agree with that. He's gonna get a.
I don't know. I mean to say that. Yeah, he was my pick to win offensive
Disrespecting
player of the year.
26 right there.
And then you got Jonathan Grenard here.
This is a good spot for Jonathan Grenard.
Jonathan Grenard, I don't think should be ahead of Andrew Van Ginkel though.
Yeah.
Those two are really
Yeah, no,
interchangeable.
100% no.
Tyreek Hill, #1 player last year.
I mean, I get it. They were missing Tua for most of the season, but how do you have 81 receptions and it be Tyreek Hill and not have over 1,000 receiving yards?
That just feels wrong.
This is not good. This is not,
Not
it.
good at all.
From what we've seen from him,
Will-
that's not it.
Yeah, we expect too much from him.
Will
Will
Anderson.
Anderson and Trent Williams.
These are two good.
16
These are two
tackles,
good
a
spots
loss,
for him.
And 11 sacks. That's pretty fair. Trent Williams, yep,
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
This is a good place for Trent Williams. Maybe Will Anderson. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe Trent Williams a little bit higher. But I think these are overall pretty fair.
I mean, Trent Williams did only play in 10 games.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, they still have him this high.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's the 110 I think it's the 110 receptions in 14 games with
It's-
11 touchdowns.
It's 100% also the 1,000 yards again. For I think it's
Yeah.
I
14.
mean, 110 receptions in 14 games is absolutely diabolical.
It's 11.
It's
It's
insane.
11. He tied 11. He tied the most consecutive seasons with 1,000 yards.
How many
Plus.
was
Oh,
it?
yeah.
11.
11 seasons.
Mr.
Yeah, that's
Consistent.
impressive stuff right there. You gotta give him his credit.
Yeah.
Mr. Consistent right here. Our boy.
Jalen
Jalen
Carter.
Now let me just say something about this guy right here. This is a dog. This is what Philly's about right here.
I'm gonna
This
say this. I love Jalen Carter. I'm not putting him over Will Anderson.
100% putting him over Will Anderson. I don't.
I'm
You
putting him
know I'm
over
biased.
Will Anderson too.
It's probably biased, but like I don't care. He was an absolute dog. Like your offensive line was visibly terrified facing this man. This man
Yeah,
is fast. I know Will Anderson's fast. I don't want to sound like, you know, he is good, and what he is just incredible talent. Even if it's
I wouldn't
broken.
be surprised if he's top 10 next year.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't even broken out yet, in my opinion, and that's incredible to me. Like his breakout year and what he's probably going to be in that leap and defensive player of the year category. That's incredible to think about.
Oh yeah,
I
and
think this
then
is
you
a
got
pretty good spot for Deion Dawkins. He was pretty consistent throughout the season.
Yeah,
um
I'm
You
agree.
guys feel that?
yeah,
Say what?
I can get behind it.
The three
And
sacks
then
situation.
finally, and
Puka
then you got
Nakua.
Puka Nacua.
This is too high.
Am I? Is it? I don't understand the hype. I really don't. After last season, I mean, again, 11 games, it's a good season, but I just don't see it. I don't see the hype. Especially maybe
I
I just
I mean, almost 1,000 yards in 11 games is pretty impressive, but only 3 touchdowns.
I don't see the hype for fantasy at least. Maybe in like a player, like for what he is at his age, just for what they have him up in fantasy football, like second round talent. I can't do that. I can't commit to that.
Yeah,
fair
I
enough,
I I agree with you. I took AJ Brown over Puka Nakua in fantasy.
I drafted him.
fair enough. I mean, but like if he had played the full season, I can only imagine he would have had over 100 receptions, probably.
I mean, he was going to have over 100 receptions. He was going to have probably over 1,100 yards, maybe even 1,200. But he probably would have only had like 6 or 7 touchdowns.
Gotcha. I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
I can get behind that. And now it is time for this one. Roquan Smith. I don't know if I necessarily agree with
Okay,
this.
that's cool.
CJ Stroud might be a little high.
That's
Low for
a
CJ
little
Stroud?
high.
Nope, not it. Wow.
That's 20 touchdowns to 18 fumble to 18 like total turnovers.
Yeah, but guys, but how is Bijan Robinson
Yeah,
20?
I'm thinking the same thing. And how is Bijan Neighbors and BTJ this
I
far
know it's
behind CJ
unfair to
Stroud?
I know it's unfair because it's not his fault, but this is not. It's the people who made this list. This is wrong. This is
Yeah.
wrong.
How could you vote CJ Stroud? Yeah, Nick Benito. Finally, someone gives him respect.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean,
Dude,
13 and a half sacks, 16 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 defensive touchdowns. That is impressive.
dude, PFF had him at like 26 for his position.
Yeah, yeah, that's criminally low. That's the 26th ranked in his position.
There's no way that says Travis Kelsey.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there
I'm
is a
looking
I,
down
right
I
now.
there.
like him. I like his personality. He's a good guy. I'm guessing. I've never met him, but I'm guessing he seems like a good guy. Um, but he's not what he was. He
He's
doesn't.
not better than Trey McBride or Sam Laporta.
There's
He's
no
not
way he's
better than
better than those two.
Bijan. He's not better than
Yeah, he's
any of
not
them.
better than
Any of
Bijan. He's not better than
the
BT.
guys have been complaining about, I feel like he's just not better than.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's just
I
not.
like him, great talent, but like, what do you're falling back on age, and that's not a fair excuse.
And like the dude's mind is in a different place. Like he's too focused on what he's got going on outside of football.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense though. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he's marrying like a gazillionaire, and she's also like Taylor Swift. So I mean, it makes
And guess
sense
what?
why.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's been coming up on social media. That's the only thing we've heard about
I don't know
their
if you guys
engagement.
knew about that at all. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Just putting it out there.
Whoa,
I mean,
whoa,
it makes sense
whoa!
though. Like that's low. That is really
That's
low.
way too low.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
the person
whoa!
under Micah Parsons is even too or low, way too low.
This is disrespectful, really. This is just.
I mean,
I'll usually be straight for the cowboy hate, but this is just
yeah,
wrong.
these are the only two Cowboys I would put in the top 50.
Yeah. Who would you guys take, AJ Brown or CD Lamb? Please be honest.
CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb. There's no questions asked.
Okay, but like AJ Brown's like physical though. Like he's a deep threat. I
So
mean,
is DK Metcalf. Are you gonna take DK Metcalf over CeeDee Lamb?
no, but he's not AJ Brown. He doesn't wear the pink
I know
shoes.
he's not AJ Brown, but I
He
just
doesn't wear
CD
the
Lamb's.
pink
I feel
shoes.
like CD Lamb. I feel like's been the more consistent receiver.
I mean, I guess I just like AJ Brown, just the mentality aspect of it. When AJ Brown locks into the game, the fear he brings, dude. AJ Brown
And
is
he's
a
jacked too.
monster. I'm also biased.
Okay. 164 tackles is
This
insane.
man needs to be
And
higher.
10 tackles for loss.
And 2 sacks. All right, Buda Baker might be the best safety in the league, or one of them.
This guy is actually underrated when I think about it, because I have not been hearing his hype
Yeah,
like this.
I don't.
This is looking at.
I
This,
feel like I feel like whenever I think of Buda Baker, or when I see something of Buda Baker, it's when he got chased down by DK Metcalf.
yeah, that's his whole legacy at this point. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
it's hard, it's
that's
hard to
all he's
escape
known
it.
for now. Josh Jacobs ahead of
This is a guy
Bijan is
that's-
absolutely.
This is
I know
What were
we're
you saying?
I know we're gonna compare him to Bijan. I know we are. But this is a guy that's good. This is a guy that's just underrated in my opinion. I mean, he had 15 rush tackles, 1,300 yards. He's not better than Bijan, but this is a he might be higher than this, to be honest.
agreed. I mean he was a he's a top running back, no questions asked. 15 rushing touchdowns is really good, and over 16 total touchdowns and 1,300 yards and 300 carries. That's really good.
Oh yeah.
I gotta agree with you there.
And then 32 they went with Nico Collins.
This
I don't get the
season he
hype.
could have had.
I don't get the hype. I really don't.
You don't get the hype.
You don't get the
I mean,
hype of Nico Collins.
Dude, from these stats though, like look at the stats. Like I get it's only 12 games, but you gotta look at the stats.
He could have had way better.
I know
Yeah,
he could have been waiver, but
he would have had double-digit touchdowns and at least 1,300 yards.
Yeah, but he didn't. He could have fallen off just as easily. Like you gotta look at
Maybe.
what he actually did.
How many games did No, we'll get to it when we get there.
I mean, maybe it's just.
Oof, this is way too
And I had
low.
nothing
This
against
is
them. I don't get that.
I think this is a good spot for George Kittle.
Not really. I mean,
this
he's
is a
also
bunch of
blocking
mumbo
player. He doesn't
jumbo
get
right
to-
here.
You can't make blocking a stat. I mean, you can, but they don't look
Yeah,
at
I mean-
blocking for tight ends as much as they should.
If they did look at like if blocking was a stat, yes, I 100% agree with you. George Kittle would have been way higher, but I mean like for a tight end like George Kittle, I think 31 is a pretty generous spot for him.
I don't know about.
But
generous.
he also had most yards after catch by a tight end.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Like I think he should. You know what? I'm gonna take back what I said. I think 31 would be a good spot for Brock Bowers.
And George Kittle should be higher.
Yes.
Where is Brock Bowers on this list? See, he made the list, right? He better made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He definitely.
Yeah, I was about to
he
say,
definitely. He
bet-
definitely made the
better
list.
made the list. I think he could be coming up right here.
61. I don't know.
Yeah, I still can't get over Bijan at 61.
Yeah, 62, I think, even lower. And then you got Xavier McKinney here.
All right, here's the question: basing it off of the season that they had, you taking McKinney or Buda?
Buda. Baker had 164 tackles.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah, I'm
have to go
taking
with Jimmy.
Buda.
Double.
Yeah, I'm thinking Buda Baker.
Yeah, he had almost double of what the tackles that Xavier McKinney had. But Xavier McKinney still had more interceptions in general. But and then you got this guy right here, this big guy. I mean, it warms my heart the fact that he's ahead of CD Lamb. It really warms my heart.
That's AJ Brown. That's.
I mean,
He wears the pink cleats.
Yeah.
He's the guy that taunts Marshawn Lattimore right there. This is
oh
bad.
yeah, and shoves Marshawn Lattimore. And then you got Tristan Wirfs.
This is. I mean-
I can agree with it. I feel like we're kind of high for me to just be calling everyone low, because I feel like we're getting to the point of just elite talents now. You're like,
Yeah.
No
I
sacks,
don't wanna
not
call
a
it low.
single sack allowed. Not a single sack allowed.
I don't want to call it low, but I get it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think this is a good spot for Tristan Wirfs. Maybe a little bit higher because he isn't okay. Um,
So we're hating for
over
Bijan.
Bijan,
So Bijan's just he's
Bijan
a
Robinson is not like 40 almost 40 spots lower than Jameer Gibbs.
Yes, I was about to say. So
he
let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. They basically have almost the exact same season, if not Bijan has a better season, and yet also if you're gonna rank Jameer Gibbs ahead of Bijan, at least make it close. At least put Bijan inside the top 30.
Yeah.
don't put Joe Mixon ahead of him.
Joe Mixon ahead of him is
Joe
diabolical.
Mixon against Bijan is insane.
Dude, how is he? I mean, the 16 rushing touchdowns, that's 20 total touchdowns. Yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him being 27. That's fair. He's not better than Bijan, and it should be at
No.
least, like you said, it should be at least close. Like there should not be a
Yeah.
huge gap in these two players.
And then we got my boy Zach Bond and my guy Daniil Hunter.
Do you guys?
I really like this spot for Zach Bond. The five forced fumbles and 150 tackles kind of like puts him in the top 30.
He's a
And
burner.
an
That's
interception and 3.5 sacks. Like, dude, and he was a top 5 player for defensive player of the year.
Yeah, DPOY.
He was a dog.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just leave it. He was an absolute dog all year.
And
Yeah.
then you got Daniil
Now we're
Hunter
in the
here.
top 25.
12 sacks here for Daniil Hunter. I mean, that's
I
fair.
feel like you gotta swap Vaughn. I mean, I just in my maybe it's bias. I would swap Vaughn.
Yeah. Brock. This is where they have Brock Bowers. And then you got my guy Lane Johnson.
That's fair. 5 receiving touchdowns. He was a great rookie season, like we say, but when you look at the stats on paper, I mean, it's a great season in general, but the 5 receiving touchdowns are definitely holding him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Lane Johnson, who, believe it or not, is not even the highest offensive tackle on the list.
I'm not gonna believe it. Not gonna believe it when I see it.
Max Crosby.
Um,
Max Crosby's still this high. And then, I don't know, let me know how you guys feel about this, but Jaden Daniels. Oof.
I don't get why everyone's so weird. Like, everyone has different opinions on it, and it's kind of weird because they're not really even close. Like some people will put him like 21's high, I get that, but some people will put him as high as like top 5 quarterbacks, and then you'll see him down here at the same time. It's just kind of odd to see how the controversial like opinions people can have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate this. I mean, 31 touchdowns on 14 turnovers isn't great though.
And then 891 rush yards as a rookie. That is actually insane.
That's
But,
insane.
That's definitely boosting him a lot.
but just like 25 touchdowns, sub 3,600 pass yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 picks. Like, I mean, when you got to use the eye test for Jane Daniels, because when you look at the numbers, like his numbers, like don't really move the needle.
He knows how to win games, just not the NFC Conference Championship against the
Psh.
Bills.
And that's
Yeah.
a complete different horror story on its own. And then we get to for some reason it doesn't show the top 10, but we'll get to this is the last one. Amon-Ra. So they got Amon-Ra in the 20.
I think that's fair.
Um,
I mean, he's the top 5 receiver.
I can agree with that.
Let's not debate that.
No.
It's
yeah.
pretty self
End of
given.
debate right there.
The reason,
But
the
I
thing is,
mean,
I would switch him and CD.
I wouldn't I wouldn't switch. I would put CD at 20, but I wouldn't put him on as low as CD was put.
Also,
Yeah. And
Amon-Ra
then,
St. Brown, like when you read about him or like hear the stories about him, he's mentally insane, and that's
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like that's what you need in a
He
football
has
player.
he has the Mamba mentality.
This guy is just out of his mind, and I'm all here for it. This guy is just great.
Now it's
I
the
know.
next one that might concern us a little bit. I mean, I get it. Only 18 passing touchdowns, not even 3,000 yards, nine fumbles.
Yeah, but he had
But
a purpose before anyone had an opinion, though.
yeah, like I get it, tush push, but it's still 14 rushing touchdowns.
I know, but
He
only
won the
five
Super Bowl.
INTs in the entire year.
He won the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
yeah, and he
On
won the
Jerry
Super Bowl
Goff. That's a
MVP.
winner. That's a winner right there.
I'm not upset.
Yeah.
I'm not really upset at the placement. I'm just upset at the fact that you dropped him down after he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can agree with you. I don't understand why they dropped him down after he won Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, not only the Super Bowl, but the
Maybe
Super Bowl
hate Philly.
MVP.
Yeah.
They just hate Philly. They can't let us
And
down.
then you have Derek Stingley ahead of Jalen Hurts.
This is wrong. I like Stingley. I liked him since he was drafted. Um,
I'm not taking Stingley over Buda Baker.
I don't
Yeah,
even like
I
neither
mean,
am I.
we might have I might have to look like more deeply into Derek Stingley's like highlights and like his like coverage grades and all that.
He's a
But
good
just
player.
going yeah, I'm not doubting it. He was an all pro. But just going strictly off of like looking at the stats, like 54 tackles is good for a cornerback, and 18 passes defended. That's basically one per game.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I just yeah, that's yeah,
All right.
And then you got Dexter Lawrence at 17.
Nothing to really
Fine.
talk about there.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I don't think he should be ahead of Jalen Carter, but fine. Fred Warner, fine.
Again, nothing to talk about.
I'm more concerned about the person over one spot over Fedor.
I'm more
Lied.
upset at
I feel like they're being
this.
lied to. Well, it's the stats. It really is just the stats.
Yeah, his
I
stats
mean,
were beautiful.
72 completion percentage, 4,700 yards if you're rounding up, 37 touchdowns, uh, 12 picks. I know, but in that one game versus Washington, four total turnovers by a quarterback. Four total turnovers by Jared Goff in the Washington game.
I don't have a problem with Jerry Goff. I have a problem with this list. I don't have a problem with Jerry Goff.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Trey Hendrickson, the sacks leader.
No,
Honestly,
wait,
that's fine.
This is
why are we lying? He is not above. I mean, 17 and a half sacks is good, but I just can't put him this high. It feels wrong.
I know.
I think it's a good spot for him.
And out of
17
all
and a
those
half
sacks,
sacks and two forced fumbles. That's insane.
Yeah, but he just doesn't seem like he should be this high. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
think about it this way: out of all the sacks that you had, how come you only get two forced fumbles out of those?
Yeah.
See, right here, Penei Sewell is not better than Lane Johnson. I'm sorry, or Tristan Wirfs. I'm sorry.
This is age bias. You can't equate it to anything except. How old is Penny Sewell? Like,
He's like
Uh,
I think he's like
20.
20. He was drafted 2022. He was drafted 2021.
yeah, okay, so this is just 100% age bias. This is just the fact that he's younger, and I don't even want to call it a similar talent, but he's a good talent.
Well, I wouldn't call it age bias. He is up there for like the best offensive tackles in the
I know
league.
he is. He's not better than Lane Johnson, though. I
No,
know he's up
or
there,
Tristan
but
Wirfs.
I know he's up there, but he's not one. That's our boy.
Oh yeah, and then Chris Jones. Obviously, I think I would have him as the best defensive tackle. Chris Jones.
I feel like I want to change my stance on Trey Hendrickson because I feel like Trey Hendrickson was just
I
bad.
yeah, I think Trey Hendrickson had a better season than Chris
What I'm starting
Jones.
to look at, maybe Trey Hendrickson actually was. I mean, 17 and a half sacks. The more I think about it, that was actually pretty good.
And then
And
you
then
have TJ
just
Watt.
off of the top 10 list, TJ Watt with 11 and a
TJ
half
Watt.
sacks and six forced
He's
fumbles.
a dog. That's. I mean, top 10 list. The top 10 list is pretty solid.
The top
Yeah,
ten.
I think
There.
Let me
I think
stop sharing
TJ
real
Watt's
quick.
perfect at 11.
Yeah, and let me read you guys the top 10. It went
I
Pat
know
Surtain
Pat
number
Surtain's
10.
10, which
Pat
is I
Surtain
think it's
10.
good.
I think that's fine. Defensive Player of the Year, obviously.
Yeah.
No problem.
They went Jay Jettis at 9. He's not better than Jamar.
Yeah.
I mean no, Jamar's not better than Jefferson.
Yeah,
Well, I'll say
but Jamar's has more opportunity.
Yeah.
I think Jefferson. They're both the two most talented wide receivers in the league, but I think Jefferson has more talent. But I mean, you give Jefferson that amount of targets that Jamar Chase had. I think Jefferson's putting up those stats, if not better.
Oh, agreed. 8, they went with Miles Garrett, the highest rated defensive player on the list.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd probably. I mean, Sertan had a better season, but it's Miles Garrett though. I'm not mad at it.
Dude, Miles Garrett, 28 QB hits and 22 tackles for loss, both number one out of all defensive players.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the most QB hits?
Yep, 28.
Zach Allen. Zach Allen had over
Yeah,
40.
he's right. Wait, yeah, Zach Allen did have over 40.
Really? Oh yeah, he did. He had over 40, almost 50.
Yeah.
Um, they went with
What's Miles?
King Henry. King Henry at
This
7.
is a good. That's a good spot for Derrick
Yeah,
Henry.
I'm not mad at that at all. That's a perfect spot
Yeah.
for him.
If I was gonna make some switch him and Jettis, if I was gonna make some criticism, they went with Joe Burrow at 6.
I'm cool with that.
He would have been higher if he made the playoffs.
100%.
If he had
Might
just
win
made the
MVP
playoffs,
if
he
made
would
the
have been
playoffs.
unanimous MVP.
He
Yeah,
might
I
have
agree with Jim.
genuinely
Yeah,
won the MVP.
I agree with Jimmy on
He had
this.
the best statistical season out of all the quarterbacks.
He won the
took
quarterback triple crown: most completions, yards, and touchdowns.
He took what should have been a 3-14 team to the playoff. I mean, Jamar definitely and T Higgins played a big part in that, but he took that team that should have won like 3, 4, 5 games all the way to 9 wins and almost a playoff berth. That's in the AFC North, no less, with the Ravens right there.
Yeah,
That
right
game
there.
against the Ravens was insane.
I know. 5, they went with Pat Mahomes.
I'm surprised they didn't put him at 1.
Yeah. For
Nah,
as much as they love the Glazing.
I feel like they're starting to
He's
climb
off the
back to earth
Chiefs.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Chiefs for
4,
give it some time.
4, they went with Jamar Chase.
It's that's a good spot for Chase.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, based off of the season he had last season, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, honestly, you could really interchange Jay Jettis and Jamar Chase.
Depends on what you're looking at.
Now, 3 and 2 is where we're going to disagree. They went with Josh Allen at 3 and Lamar Jackson at 2.
Jackson, we had this debate on our last episode. I don't think we should really get back in it.
No,
What are we
You
debating?
disagree with it. I agree with it. I
but
think
no,
Lamar Jackson
I'll put it,
is good at 2.
I'll put it like this, at least on my opinion, because I have thought about this. In terms of who the best statistical year, it was 100% Joe Burrow. I think we all agree on that. I think that if he made the
Yeah.
playoffs, he probably would win MVP. I think in terms of who was the better player last season, it was Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was the better player last season. If you look at them side by side, if you look at like how they played in games, Lamar was the better player. However, Lamar also had the better team surrounding him and better supporting cast. And when you look at MVP and most valuable player to most valuable to their team, what Josh Allen did in terms of elevating his players and in terms of being valuable in that aspect of it, Josh Allen was the most valuable to the team. Well, not except for Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow didn't get them to the playoffs, so that would have to go to Allen. So I look at it as Lamar Jackson was the better player, but Josh Allen was the more valuable player to his team. And then I think the most valuable
that's kind of
overall
what I'm trying. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Josh Allen, when Josh Allen carries a team that most people were expecting him to flop on their backs to a 5th straight division title and an AFC title appearance.
Yeah,
But number 1, don't overthink it.
I think we can all agree
Barkley,
it's
baby.
Saquon Barkley had the greatest season of all time by a running back.
Saquon Barkley, man,
But I don't
we're
really think
over.
we gotta spend. I don't really think we gotta spend so much time on Saquon. It was kind of unanimous.
Makes
Yeah,
But
dang.
I think we're
Um,
kind of running. I think we're kind of running out of time here. This is a pretty long episode.
this is a very long episode. Hey, I'm all here for it. But we'll ask Jimmy a start bench cut between 3 quarterbacks. So Jimmy, start bench cut: Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, and Trevor Lawrence.
Why? Just why those three? I want to cut Dak automatically. I was going to until I heard the other two names. Um, well, I can't necessarily cut. This is so tough, dude. This is like really, they're all the same level of just okay players. part of me wants to start Kyler Murray just because he's got the scrambling ability and just because of what he is. I'm gonna start Kyler just because of his scrambling ability, and just
All
because
right.
of I know he was the number one overall draft pick at one point. There's still so is Lawrence, so I'm gonna bench Lawrence and cut Dak Prescott. I mean, we were talking about Prescott earlier. 23 turnovers in 8 games is just insane. You can't have that on the team. You're not winning anything with that.
Oh yeah, dude. He
Um,
was he was he was horrible.
and I like Lawrence, and I like Murray. I just feel like Murray has a higher ceiling, being a faster player, being able to scramble more. I feel like there's more you can get out of him.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
it's definitely interchangeable though.
Yeah, I feel that. And real quick, these running backs, in case people missed it, start bench cut, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, and Joe Mixon to get this cleared up.
Yeah, I think we all know it's start Bijan, bench Jacobs, cut Mixon. Yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
All right, I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a tough one for running backs. Bijan, Gibbs, and Henry.
I feel
Oof.
like you just, I feel like you just. All right, are we counting age into this, or is this just for one season?
One season.
One season? Ooh, alright, that trying to changes things. Cause, ooh, you know what? I don't even care. I want to start Henry so badly, just cause I know I'm getting at least 1,500 yards out of him, no matter what I put around him. Like
Yeah.
Bijan, we've seen iffy seasons. It wasn't his fault necessarily, but when you have Derrick Henry and you just give him the ball, that's you see the fear in the opposing defense. And just for one season, I feel like I want to start. Like, this was obviously franchise. I would go, or like dynasty. I would go Bijan, Gibbs,
Yeah.
Henry. I think I'm just gonna start Henry, bench Bijan, and cut Gibbs. As much as I don't want to cut Gibbs, as good a player as he is, I know what I'm getting at is Derrick Henry, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I'm officially retiring from the guessing Derrick Henry to regress.
Yeah.
Is
Is there
that
anything else? Is there anything else we want to talk about? Or
No, I mean that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. This was very fun reviewing the top 100 list. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for coming on. You were a very, very nice help to the content. So this is Jimmy Diorio. Uh, I am Pulse Metrics,
and I'm Nico Mateo.
and we are signing off. See you guys later.